welcome to the Paper Snob. This is Tara. Today I'm working on the Rainbow Magic YouTube hop. This hop is sponsored by Crazy Craft Obsession. I'll have all the links that you need below, as well as the playlist for the entire year of 2023 Rainbow Magic hop. There are so many wonderful creators on this hop, and we've had so much fun walking through the rainbow every month. And this is the last month that we are doing this, so of the year, of course, because it's December. And I just want to talk a little bit about what we're going to be doing. December's color is rainbow. And so I pulled my Schmel main character energy, a couple photos of my granddaughter, and I created a cut file cut a cut file. I did not create this on my Cameo that I will be backing with all of these beautiful papers that I have chosen. Some are full pieces, some are scraps that I've already cut into. I'm going to be using this wonky grid for my background, but I have several other papers here to get all of the colors that we need for this hop. I am going to have to do a little finagling because there's not a whole lot of red, especially not in the pattern paper. So I'll be using this fuchsia for my red, and I'm going to bring red in with some of my embellishments, but it'll all be there. So I'm going to go ahead and pause this video. I am going to back this cut file off camera. I will not be doing it on camera, so I'll be right back. So before I get started with backing the cut file, I wanted to put some mixed media under the actual rainbow in the cut file. Now there's not enough room for all of the colors that you typically think of when you see a rainbow, and so I'm just going to use the four what I feel are most predominant in my papers and call that good. So what you see me doing here is using a pencil to trace the stripes in the rainbow so that I get placement sort of right. Now, because I'm using mixed media, in this instance I'm using watercolor paints, it's not going to be perfect. Some of those colors will bleed into the next, and I'm actually okay with that. It looks like there's 5 colors on here. Anyway, so I'm okay with the bleeding, and I intentionally cause the lines to go below the actual pencil lines so that it sticks out from underneath my cut file when I actually glue it down. So I'm just gonna go ahead and spray water in the colors that I'm going to be using. I am starting with this reddish pink color. I don't know if this color palette actually has a true red. I think all of them are kind of on the pink side, and that's okay. So instead of using orange, I'm going to go ahead and use the darker yellow here on the next line, and then I'm going to grab kind of a medium color green. It's not quite the color of green that I use in the cut file, but it works and I like it, so I'm going to go ahead and use that. Next, I'm going to use this kind of peacock blue, and then I'm going to grab a darker purple. Now I could have made those colors a little less saturated by putting more water, but I didn't. So now I have backed my cut file. My background paper is dry, and I am spreading some love with some splatters and all of the colors near or on the actual color that I used. And I did hand trace and cut when I did the cut files on these pattern papers, and so it's not perfect, but again, I'm good with that. And I love how this background has turned out. Now, in between each color, I am of course wiping off my paintbrush. I'm not rinsing it off. I'm just wiping it off real good, and it's good enough for my purposes. And like I said, I'm just putting the splatters with the colors that are there. And then I'm going to do it again on the actual rainbow. And so there's going to be some splatters on my mixed media rainbow as well. Like I said, I really am pleased with how this background turned out. I hope you like it too. I did allow my background to dry overnight so that I could go ahead and work with a completely dry background. Now you notice that there is a little bit of warpage on that background paper, and when I get it into an album, it'll eventually straighten out and it won't matter. But to photograph it straight, I actually put washi tape on the back side of it on the corners that were warped so that it would lay flat on the floor. So what I'm doing now is I am distressing the edges of my photos. I like to do this when I have photos that I know I'm not going to matte, but I feel like they're going to disappear against a background. And in this case, I felt like they were, and giving that little bit of a distressed edge just gives you the idea of a matte. And I'm gonna layer the close-up photo over the other one. I'm gonna tuck that floral bit of ephemera behind up in the top, and then that additional rainbow down there on the bottom. And I'm going to put this sticker that says Stay Wild. I apologize for the glare. That's some gold foiling on that sticker, and my ring light is absolutely glaring on it. So now I'm going to kind of just come in with these various bits and pieces in the same color as I backed my cut files, and I'm going to add hearts and or stars near all of those colors. And I, for the most part, can do that with these, what do you call them? They're not puffy, the glitter stickers. They're cardstock, but they're kind of like thickers. Anyway, these phrase stickers is where I'm getting them. And I'm just kind of, you know, playing around with the different colors and looking for stuff that I think will go well with this layout. Now, at first, I didn't have a purple heart or star, and so I thought, oh, well, I'll just put a gold one down here, and then that purple polka dot. But then I realized I had those enamel shapes, and there's a purple heart on the enamel shape. So I take off the purple dot and I go ahead and put a purple enamel heart there instead, in keeping with my hearts. And then I'm going to go ahead and pull some pieces off these puffy stickers as well. And I'm going to add, most of them are going to be stars that I add from the puffy stickers. I just pulled the word captured, and I'm going to use that right where I am going to journal on this page. And so, like I said, what you see me doing here is just kind of putting a star and a heart side by side in the same color as it is on my cut file. I do move things around a little bit off camera, and I'll explain that when I come back at the end of the video after I've glued everything down, because for the most part I'm not gluing things down. I've just moved that one gold heart and I put it up there by the floral ephemera, which I'm kind of pedaling with right now. All right, I got this layout completely finished. I really wanted to keep the focus on my cut file and my mixed media, so I kind of kept the embellishments fairly simple because I felt like this large title has enough going on without adding more. So I only put a few embellishments around my photo, and I did that in a manner to draw your eyes to the visual triangle that I made with the gold. This gold heart was up here, but I moved it down here to complete my gold visual triangle. And I said at the beginning that the papers didn't have a lot of red, and so I would be putting red in with a couple of the embellishments, and it's very subtle. I feel like this is rainbow enough. to meet the requirements of the color rainbow for the month of December. This hop has been going on all of 2023, and in my description box below there is a playlist link. If you click that link, you'll be able to watch all of the videos from every creator who has played along this year for the Rainbow Magic hop. It has been a great hop. It has sometimes been challenging. Black and white, guys, not my favorite, but I loved how my layout turned out when I did black and white. So that's always wonderful when you can create something that is out of your comfort zone and still love it. I do want to thank you so much for coming to my channel today. I really appreciate my subscribers. So if you are not a subscriber, I would love to have you. Just click that button below. If you have any comments or questions about my layout, you may drop them below and I'll get back to you as soon as I possibly can. You guys have a great Friday, a wonderful weekend, and Merry Christmas. Bye.